Hello, everybody. This is AK. I'm back. So this recording is totally unplanned. So we have a video sooner than planned. I was, of course, trying to keep to one video a week. But I'm resting my wrist, especially my left wrist. I've been playing a bit too much World of Warships, and it was hurting a bit. So when your body hurts a bit, it's trying to tell you something. Time to rest, right? So I'm just doing the minimum in World of Warships and spending more time in Yu-Gi-Oh, because Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't require as much active clicking. Anyway, so I might as well make a video, and in reply to a new reader who asked me a question. He asked for advice, but of course I'm not giving advice. I'll never give advice. I'm afraid of the responsibility and of course the possible repercussions. All right. So I'm just talking to myself. Right. So if I were heavily invested in some tech stocks like the reader is, and got in a few years ago, like Alibaba, Tencent, and C, which he's holding. Of course, we know by now that in such a situation, anyone in such a situation would probably be very well underwater, very much in the red. And he's wondering if he should listen to his friend who recommended that he tries to do what I'm doing, right? What AK is doing, and which is of course shifting resources into the banking stocks, DBS, OCBC, and UOB. And regular readers know that I've been doing that for quite a few years, right? And so he's thinking whether he should be liquidating his positions in Alibaba, C, and Tencent, loss-making positions, and shifting the resources into the local banks. He doesn't have any extra money that he can invest in the local banks, so the only way he can get some money is by liquidating those loss-making stocks, but which has not been rewarding him, right, for holding for so many years. But he is also following a guru who's still holding on to these stocks, and that's the reason why he got into these stocks as well. And he's wondering whether he's missing something, and he asked me if I see anything, but these are stocks I'm not familiar with. I'm not invested in Alibaba, Tencent, or C. I don't understand the business model. I found them to be very expensive in the past. But to be honest, now they are like Alibaba's PE ratio looks a bit more grounded, and it doesn't seem to look it doesn't seem that expensive anymore, right? But of course, then the question is whether is it a value trap. Right, whether is it a value trap. So, but unless I know something about these stocks, or I know much more about these stocks, I really shouldn't be commenting, right? I think he should go. If I were in his situation, I would go and ask the guru, right? Does he know something that I don't, right? And if the guru has a very good track record of being right more often than he's wrong, maybe I'm missing something, and hopefully the guru will tell me. And if the guru has a track record of being wrong more often than he's right, then maybe there really is a problem with the strategy, right? So should he if sell and buy the banking stocks, right? Whenever I'm caught in such a situation, I'll ask if I'm invested in these stocks because I really know something about them, and because of that knowledge, I have great conviction, right? If I'm just following someone else, riding on someone else's coattails, then it's very hard to have strong conviction because we really don't know. Right, and if we really don't know, then I think it makes sense to liquidate, right? But then we are fearful that we might be liquidating at the bottom. After selling, we see the price goes up, and then we bang our head against the wall, So I mean, to get around such a problem, I usually end up like selling half of my position, right, and retaining half. So if the price goes up by 100% after that, for example, I won't bang my head against the wall. But then at the same time, I would have some resources, have some money to invest in something else, which I think might be a better solution, a better alternative that might reward me a bit better, right? Personally, I'm still thinking of adding to my investments in the local banks, DBS, OCBC, and UOB. And based on the charts at the moment, immediate prices that I'll buy at, right, if they should ever be tested, right, would be like DBS at $31, OCBC at $12.50, and UOB at $27. Right. So if these prices should ever be tested, I might nibble, right? I might buy some, but I won't throw in everything, including the kitchen sink, right? So, Mr. Market has mood swings. That one we know. All right. So don't be overly optimistic. Don't be overly pessimistic. Be pragmatic, right? Make sure we keep some dry powder. That's what I would do. So to those who are invested in some Chinese stocks like Alibaba and Tencent and or even C, right? And well, you have to ask how much conviction you have and how deep your pockets are, whether you can, whether you have the holding power, and I can't answer the question for you whether to liquidate or not, right? So I can only say that what I've been doing has worked and it's been quite rewarding. And don't put all our eggs in one basket, right? Diversify to reduce risk and volatility. So if AK can talk to himself, so can you. Bye-bye.